Madara Uchiha is easily the most iconic villain in all of Naruto. When he wasn't dropping meteors on the Shinobi Alliance, he managed to split Tsunade in half with a tree and give her one hell of a splinter problem to worry about. Madara was so overpowered that Kishimoto admitted he needed to meet with his editor to think of a way to defeat Madara, because otherwise the story wouldn't finish the way he originally planned for it to end. It only makes sense that someone who was a ninja god who blasphemously killed Naruto in the middle of one of his talk no jutsu sermons would have a cult following of his own. In today's video, I plan to share with you the story behind the Sons of Madara Uchiha, a cult group who appeared just after the end of the 4th Great Ninja War. The name the Sons of Madara Uchiha is a bit misleading. These men weren't the literal sons of Madara Uchiha. Instead, they were a group of ninja who went missing after the 4th Great Ninja War. In the Kakashi Hiden novel, Lightning in the Frozen Sky, they are formally referred to as the Armament Alliance. In the very early translations for the Kakashi novel, they were referred to as the Sons of Madara because they famously took up Madara's will and objective. These were the men and women who Naruto spent a year and a half teamed up with Sai chasing around the portions of the Naruto world. The main objective of these ninja was to fulfill Madara's wish to have a world without fighting, though their way of doing so wasn't to cast the world into a genjutsu. Instead, they planned to rid the ninja world of corruption, of money, meaning that they are finding ways to stop feudal lords from making a profit off of war. While their vision is a very noble one, their means of doing so was far from noble. When Naruto and Sai finally confront their leader, many people in the Land of Waves have just been massacred by this group. Some of you might ask, why would anyone want to follow Madara's ideology? Well, think of it from this perspective. These men and women briefly lived in their own personal dream world where everything is perfect. They lived a life of peace, which likely wasn't the case before, since they were all prior ninja from the 5 great nations. Now imagine getting a glimpse of this perfect world, but then all of a sudden having it taken away from you. Now do you see why these men and women, as well as many other ninja, never returned to their villages after the war? What I will do for you guys now is read a passage from the Kakashi novel where Naruto confronts Garyo, and it's in this scene that Naruto learns that Garyo has a Ice Keke Genkai just like Haku. It's worth noting that Garyo's actions had Naruto so upset that even Naruto didn't give him a Talk no Jutsu lecture. It's here that I'll begin quoting. "Because of you guys, hundreds of people in the lands of waves, they died, you know," Naruto said, "for an ideal. For Madara's ideal. What are you talking about, you know? The war's already ended," Naruto began, but Garyo interrupted. Uchiha Madara's failure was the fact that he attempted to cast the infinite Tsukuyomi on the world. Madara's thinking was not in of itself incorrect. To rid the world of war and realize the ultimate justice, there is only the infinite Tsukuyomi capable of doing that. It's true that Madara Uchiha is dead. The glorious infinite Tsukuyomi was sent into oblivion with the help of Sasuke Uchiha. Madara's ideal must not die. We may be forced to use other methods, but we will approach Madara's ideal step by step, Garyo said, ignoring Naruto's kunai pressing into the back of his neck, his unwavering ambition shrouding his entire body. "Just what are you planning, you know?" Naruto asked. "The ultimate justice. Unhappiness in this world arises from inequality. That is why we must control the freedom of the individual. No one should make more money than the other. No one should have it easier than the next person. After our experiment works here in the Land of Waves, other nations will embrace our cause. Madara's dream will be revised. A new order will be ushered in." Why pick the Land of Waves, you know? These people, they don't have a ninja village, you know? They don't know the first thing about fighting. He brought hatred to a world that knows nothing but peace, you know, Naruto said. Exactly why rogue ninja come here to live. They've grown tired of killing themselves for the sake of making feudal lords rich. They hide the fact that they were once ninja and try to live as normal people. What do they want, Uzumaki Naruto? They want a modest, humane life. They know nothing except for how to kill. They've been trained to kill since childhood. They have no real skills except killing. Ninja who can't kill are useless. The great nations only think of money. Uzumaki Naruto, you said this land was a peaceful world. Why is it that the great nations bought all of the doctors from this land from the war? Do you know how many people died here because there were no doctors in the village? How about the other villages that did the same things? All the doctors were treating the wounded ninja in the war. If the land of waves is at peace, if it's a peaceful world, why is that peace built on the banknotes by stomping on the impoverished people of this land? Garyo asked. End quote. Now this is very interesting, and one thing that immediately stands out is Garyo's reasoning for how he tended to jump around when he spoke. However, a very close examination proves that everything he spoke is very interconnected. Madara wanted a world without winners and losers. Garyo wants a world where everyone is equal and money doesn't influence the decision to go to war. The moment it is a precursor for one of the critical themes of the Sakura novel, which dealt more closely with the after effects of the ninja war on ordinary people. You hear Garyo state that there weren't any doctors to treat the sick and the elderly because the land of waves and other nations sent them to the great nations. This ties into his belief that money is the cause for inequality and the unequal state of the world, which is why he holds a grudge against the 5 great nations and the smaller villages like the land of waves that supplement them during the time of war, overlooking the well-being of their own people in exchange for being paid. Garyo even brought up how the rogue ninja might want to live in peace, yet due to the fact that they don't have any real skills, are unable to contribute to society. This is the same problem that soldiers face in the real world when they come back home from war. War has changed them. Their skill set is no longer needed, and they find it harder to merge back into the life that they fought so desperately to protect. Garyo wants to eliminate all of that, first by making the land of waves pay for choosing money over the well-being of their people, but also because many former ninja had chosen to settle there, and he wanted to make an example of the land of waves. His methods are extreme, but he raises some really good points, which is likely why there are so many people who followed him, thus donning the nickname the Sons of Madara Uchiha. Their will was so great that even Sai had to remind a very discouraged Naruto that the 4th Great Ninja War wouldn't be the last war for mankind, and that he needed to be realistic if he wanted to become Hokage. So how many guys agree with Garyo? Let me know if you want more videos from the blank period that covers the Kakashi Hiden novel. Thanks so much for watching to the end of the video, guys. Have an awesome day.